Welcome to online English class. This is level 1, lesson number 7 for April 27th. This is part 1, so it's video 1. Today we're going to do a warm-up. We're going to practice the future and the past tense. We're going to practice lesson D in unit 7. And you are probably watching this video between April 27th and May 11th. This video was filmed on April 23rd. Alright, so the warm-up. Today is Thursday. The date is April 23rd, 2020. So the month is April, the date is the 23rd, the year is 2020. The weather is, let's check the weather. The weather is cloudy. Let's look for the temperature. The temperature is 56 degrees. So, right now the weather is cloudy and the temperature is 56 degrees. It feels chilly. Okay, let's talk about yesterday and tomorrow. Yesterday, when we're talking about yesterday, we talk about the past, something that already happened in the past. So, when we're talking about today, we say today the weather is cloudy. When we're talking about yesterday, we say the weather was. Yesterday, the weather was cloudy. So this sentence, we're talking about the past. The past tense of is, was. The past tense of is, was. So we say today, the weather is cloudy. This is in the present tense. This is right now. We say the weather is cloudy. When we're talking about yesterday, we're talking about the past. So we say yesterday, the weather was cloudy. Now we're talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow we use the future tense. And the future tense of is equals will be. So we say tomorrow, the weather will be. Oh, let's look at the weather for tomorrow. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. So tomorrow is, this is tomorrow's weather. It's partly cloudy. So we say tomorrow, the weather will be partly cloudy. Okay, so now I want you to tell me the temperature. Okay, so we say today the temperature is, but we're using the past tense, so instead of is, we say was. So we say yesterday the temperature was. And we say tomorrow the temperature, what do we say here instead of is? We say will be. So yesterday the temperature was, I don't know, maybe 60 degrees? Yesterday the temperature was 60 degrees. Tomorrow the temperature will be, let's look at tomorrow. Friday is tomorrow. This is the temperature for tomorrow, 74 degrees. So we say tomorrow the temperature will be 74 degrees. All right. So tell me, what is the day for you? When are you watching this video? Tell me, what is the weather for today? What is the temperature for today, and how does it feel? Okay, let's review Lesson B. In Lesson B, we talk about how much and how many. So, we use how many for things we can count. And we use how much for things we do not count. Right? So, things we can count. We say how many for things like apples, bananas, carrots, cookies, eggs. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we say how many. For how much, we talk about things we do not count. So like things like juice or rice or milk. We don't count these things, so we say how much. So these are the things we do not count unless they are in a container. If they're in a container, so a container is a cup, a bowl, a container is a cup, a bowl, a bag, a package, carton, box. These are containers. For containers, we say how many. Okay, so for milk, we say how much milk. How much milk? But if the milk is inside a container, so we say how many. We say how much milk, but if the milk is inside a container like a cup, a bowl, bag, package, carton, or box, we say how many. How many cups of milk? If we only use the word milk, we say how much milk. But if we have a container, we say how many cups of milk. So, on page 89 in your book, at the top we have, there's no space here. We have this blue box right here. It says you can count things like loaf. A loaf is for bread. A loaf is for bread. You can count carton. A carton is for milk or juice or eggs. This is a carton here. A box, bottle, package, can, and bag. These words are containers. They hold food. They're containers. For containers, we say how many. And now we have there is, we have there is and there are. So we use there is when we're talking about one thing. One thing we say there is a banana. If we're talking about a lot of things, we say there are. There are 2 bananas. If we're talking about something we do not count, like bread, we don't count bread. We say there is. So for the word milk, we say there is milk. We say there is because we do not count milk. So we say there is milk. Now, it's the same rule because it's just the word milk. It's only the word milk. So we say how much because we do not count milk. So we say there is milk. But if we're talking about a cup of milk, let's say there's one cup of milk. Because there is only one, we say there is. There is 1 cup of milk. But if we had 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of milk, now we say there are. Because we have containers here. This is a container and this is a container. A cup, you can count a cup because it's a container. For containers, we say how many. How many cups of milk are there? How many cups of milk? There is 1 cup of milk. There are 2 cups of milk. But if we only have the word milk, then we say how much milk? There is a lot of milk. There is a lot of milk. There is a little milk. For how much, we say there is. For how many, we say there is 1 cup of milk or there are 2 cups of milk. All right, so now let's use how many and how much to finish these questions. Eggs. Blank eggs do we have? Do we use how many or how much? Well, can we count eggs? Yes, we can count eggs. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs. So, if we can count, we say how many? We say how many eggs do you have? Juice. Do we use how many or how much juice do we need? We do not count the word juice. So, we say how much? How much juice do we need? We can say we need a lot, or we say we need 2 bottles. Here, we give a number because we have bottles. A bottle is a container. Meat. Do we say how many or how much for meat? We do not count meat, so we say how much. We say how much meat? Packages of meat. Packages. A package is a container. Because a package is a container, we can count packages. So we say, how many? So if we only have the word meat, we say, how much? If we have a container for the meat, we say, how many? So now, let's do there is and there are. We use there is when we're talking about one thing, or we're talking about something we do not count. We use there are for many things. So, rice, do we use there is or there are? Rice, we do not count rice. We don't count it, so we say there is. 3 bags of rice. A bag is A container. So we count containers. Okay, and how many containers are there? There are 3. So because there's more than one, we say there are. There are 3 bags of rice. Oranges, 8 oranges. Because there's many oranges, we say there are. There are 8 oranges. Tea. We do not count tea. We can't count tea, so we say there is. There is tea. Box of tea. A box is a container. We can count a container. So how many containers are there? How many boxes of tea are there? 1. Because there's only 1, we use there is. There is 1 box of tea. Here we say there is rice. Here we have 3 bags of rice. Bag is a container. So we can use there are because there's more than 1. There's 3. Here we say there is tea because we do not count tea, so we say there is. Here we have a container for the tea. We have a box of tea. But there's just 1. So we still use there is for 1. There is 1 box of tea. Okay. So now let's talk about money. For money, there's 2 ways to ask the cost of something. How much does something cost? Well, we can ask, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? Or how much money is it? How much money? Or how much does it cost? How much money is it? Here we're using how much. Or there's another way to ask it. We can say, how many dollars? How many dollars? This is just how we ask it. Always the same. How much does it cost? How much money is it? And how many dollars? So now, let's practice counting cash again. Remember, cash is coins and bills. So let's count the cash. This is a penny. A penny is worth 1 cent. This is a nickel. A nickel is worth 5 cents. A dime is 10 cents. A quarter is 25 cents. A dollar is $1 or 100 cents. This is a $5 bill, a $10 bill, and a $20 bill. Remember, in $1, there are 100 cents. So we can rewrite this question to say, how much money do you have? When we're talking about the word money, we say how much. But when we're talking about the word dollars, we say how many. See? Money, how much? Dollars, how many? How many dollars? How much money? All right, so let's say I have I have 3 $10 bills. 6 nickels. 6 nickels and 12 pennies. How much money do I have? I have 3 $10 bills, 6 nickels, and 12 pennies. These are $10 bills. This is a nickel, and this is a penny. So, how much money do I have? Well, this is a $10 bill, and I have 3. So 10 times 3 equals $30. $10 bills, and I have 3 of them. So 10 times 3 equals 30. I have $30 from the $10 bills. The nickels are 5 cents each, and I have 6. So 5 cents, and there's 6 of them. 5 times 6 equals 30 cents. Pennies. A penny is worth 1 cent, and I have 12 pennies. 1 times 12 equals 12 cents. So now we can add the money. We have $30, 30 cents, and 12 cents. We have $30 plus $0.30. It's 30 cents here, plus $0.12. So what is the total? The total is $30.42. When I add, so $30 plus 30 cents plus 12 cents, the total is $30.42.